Hello everyone, Mappy here with something a little bit different. This is actually a game I was planning on doing a full Let's Play of. It's YuGiOh and the Eternal Duelist Soul. I really like card games, like, a lot. And this is a game I played quite a bit as a kid. This is something I always would bring with me on trips. Like this and Pokemon Ruby I would just play over and over again. And yeah, I was like, oh yeah, let's play it, because I've got nostalgia for it. And then I picked it back up to do a quick test game or 3, and, well, I don't think it's actually would be very interesting to watch for a full Let's Play. It doesn't actually have a plot to it. It's more like as you go along, you just unlock more people from the show to play against. However, I thought, hey, let's show off a game. Now, something for those of you who are familiar with Yu-Gi-Oh! The game has really changed since this game came out. This game came out, in 2000 or 2001. And back then, Yu-Gi-Oh! Actually still took multiple turns to play. Nowadays, winning on turn 1 is the norm for competitive decks. This is actually a really old game in terms of, what the cards are available and everything. I think there's actually only 800 or so in the game. However, it does have a very specific set of cards, so I thought, hey, I'll play those. Because it's silly. It's a silly meme deck. And as you can see, the first 5 people you can play against are the 5 main characters and Bakura from the show. Once you've beaten those guys 2 times each, you get a few of the first duelists those guys faced in the show. We're not facing against those. We're going to face against Yugi. Now, Yugi's actually really easy. The only reason I have 2 losses against Yugi is because of the deck because I was tuning the deck that I'm currently playing, and the first couple times I was playing it, yeah, it didn't work. But anyway, come on, let's play one more duel! I was actually recording this, or not recording this, but I was playing through this earlier, and I thought I hit record, and I didn't. So we missed the 5th win against Yugi, because he gets different dialogue. Yeah, come on, let's play one more duel. I can win, whether my double is here or not. Are you ready? Then let's play! Alright, so before we play, we get a little thing of rock, paper, scissors. Okay, I'm gonna go first. Now, the important thing for this game is that when you hit this, and throughout the entire animation, you need to be holding both the shoulder triggers. The reason is that the game is really slow otherwise. You see how, decently zippy that was? Yeah, normally it's just absolute molasses. Okay, so what do we have here? Okay, this is the spoiler. Exodia the Forbidden One. An automatic victory can be declared by the player whose hand contains this card together with the left leg, left arm, right arm of the Forbidden One. So, the entire point of this deck is to make that happen. And for that purpose, we have, one of the other limbs of Exodia. Graceful Charity. What this does is it lets me draw 3 cards and discard 2. I think I'm going to discard Mystical Space Typhoon because Yugi does not use very many spells and traps. That is a spell card where you can play it and destroy a spell or trap card. I will explain more of these things once I actually start putting them down. The no mana crossout, which destroys a face-down creature and just gets rid of it, is really good against Yugi because he has some cards that he plays face down that are a pain. I don't think I'm going to need Source of Revealing Light. That basically stops your opponent from attacking for 3 turns. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set, which means playing down in defense position, the Magician of Faith. Why am I doing that? Because Magician of Faith, when you flip it face up, grabs a magic card, puts it back in your hand. So, and when that happens, we are going to go in here, and we're going to grab Graceful Charity. Because we need card draw. That's what this deck does. And when that dies, the Shallow Grave, which lets me take one monster from my graveyard and set it again, I'll just do that again. It'll be glorious. I don't have any trap cards to show you guys, but yeah. Okay, so Yugi plays out a Petite Dragon. Very small, very not threatening. Yugi doesn't play very many actually threatening cards. I think it's because when they start you out, your deck list is terrible. I actually, like, physical Yu-Gi-Oh cards have, like, little codes on the bottom. So this game has a password system that lets you grab one of those cards, that lets you grab those numbers and put the card in the game. You can only get one copy of each card from that, through that method. But at the same time, yeah. That's how I got Exodia. They start you off with just a bunch of garbage, really. Okay, this is the important thing. Backup Soldier. We'll look at that later. I don't need Monster Reborn. I can actually... I'll get a Dark Hole. Okay. So what you do with trap cards is you have to set them on the battlefield first. I say battlefield because I'm more used to Magic these days. But yeah, no, you put them on the field. What this does is when you're on your opponent's turn, if they trigger it, you can flip it over and it does something. The one we're really interested in, though, is Backup Soldier. You can activate this card when there are 5 or more monster cards in your graveyard. Take up to 3 normal monster cards with an attack of 1,500 points or less from your graveyard and add them to your hand. So, one thing this deck does is it tries to... Like, I have a card that lets me dump most of the parts of Exodia into my graveyard, which then I can just Backup Soldier and win on my opponent's turn. It's glorious. Anyway, we're setting Sun Gun. What Sun Gun lets me do is it lets me search up a creature when it dies. Which it might, actually, do right now. How fantastic. Excellent, thank you. And what I would normally use that for is to search up Exodia, but I started with Exodia in my hand, so... Alright. So we can search up, actually, a good deal of my deck. We could get the left arm, right arm, whatever. I could grab Mystical Elf, because Mystical Elf is just a wall. Let's actually... Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna grab Mystical Elf. It's just a really good wall. Pot of Greed here lets me draw 2 cards. Bell of Destruction is really good. What this does is I can destroy a face-up monster card and just really hurt my opponent with it. I mean, I also take damage, but at the same time, I don't actually care about my life total or my opponent's in this one. I more have the Bell of Destruction, A, because it comes free, and B, because it lets me blow up monsters that would actually be dangerous. We're gonna grab Graceful Charity again. Yeah, hit my Mystical Elf. It's not gonna end well for you. So, okay. So, how to describe how combat works in Yu-Gi-Oh! It's really simple. These cards are in attack position. So when they attack something, they use the higher number there. Like, this one has an attack value of 1,200, 700, 600. Mystical Elf is a defense position. Normally when if you attack something in attack position, you compare your top value to their top value. If yours is higher, you destroy whichever one's higher destroys the other one and deals the difference in damage to the person who had the lower one. So if I had Petite Dragon and Yugi had Mammoth Graveyard would attack Petite Dragon, and I would take 600 and lose my Petite Dragon. Defense position, no one loses any cards when they attack into it, but they still take damage based off the lower number. So Mystical Elf when defending, has a value of 2,000. which is actually really high for a card that you don't need to tribute anything to play. Like, this is a really good wall. And, yeah. Just thought I would explain that. Okay, let's... Graceful Charity. For more cards. And we got 7 Tools of the Bandit, Trap Hole, and Magic Jammer. We're gonna drop that. We're gonna drop that. And we are gonna play Trap Hole face down. What Trap Hole does is if Yugi plays a monster with an attack of 1,000 or higher, I can just destroy it. And we are gonna shove Crass Clown face down. Take that, Crass Clown. When I flip this from defense position to attack position, I can change the position of a monster once per turn. I can just return an opponent's monster to the opponent's hand. I don't know how much the explanations are actually helping people, honestly. Actually, no. I have a strong suspicion of what that monster is. In which case, I want to get rid of it. And I've played enough against Yugi and his kind of naff deck that I'm pretty sure my suspicion is correct. Is it Penguin Soldier? It is. Penguin Soldier, when it flips face up, and no Mana of Crossout specifically prevents the effect from triggering, would have just sent these two back to my hand, and since I can only play one creature per turn, that's a problem. Okay, we're actually not gonna play this Trap Hole, because as you probably noticed, there are 5 slots, and we are currently filling 4 of them. Yeah. And there's nothing really up there that I would use a Man-Eater Bug on. Oh, are we gonna do it? Yes, Dark Magician! It's Yugi's, like, big scary creature that's just gonna die. It fell in a hole. I'm sorry, Yugi. But, no. Skull-Angel's nice. Skull-Angel, when it flips face up, draws me a card. And as you have probably noticed, we're currently playing the waiting game, because there's one specific card that I need that will, basically let me win the game on the spot. Ooh, I'm shaken. Red Medicine just gives Yugi life. Yeah, this is why I'm saying the AI is not very good. The AI is like, I'm gonna play something tiny and attack into one of your defense position monsters, because it could be strong, I guess. Alright. So here's a backup creature I have. Cannon Soldier here. It's wordy, I'll explain it. When it's on the battlefield, I can take one of these, I can tribute it, and just deal 500 points to my opponent directly. I'm gonna punch Yugi a few times just to show you what that's like. Because Yugi's just failing his offense massively. I'm pretty sure I could actually just murder Yugi, no trouble, even with this deck, which is not designed for aggression at all. Ah, yes! Monster Reborn. How scary. Yes, fill up your field. So about that. Mirror Force. It blows up all your opponent's attack position monsters. Nope, I do not want to chain that. Ah, Delinquent Duo. What Delinquent Duo does is I pay some of my own life. I pick one of my opponent's cards at random and discard another one. Now my opponent has 1 card, and I have 4. Okay, I'm going to play Man-Eater Bug, and I'm not even going to attack. I'm just gonna let Yugi stew over there. Because partially, I kind of want to show off the animation for winning through Exodia, because it's kind of good. Yeah, no, Man-Eater Bug, when it flips face up, I can destroy a single monster. So, yeah, that's why I did that. Okay, Snatch Steal is useless. My opponent needs to have a card. Okay, let's see. I did not just miss. It's somewhere in the bottom 13 cards. Excellent. Let's complete turn. Oh, Swords of Revealing Light. For 3 turns, I can't attack. Ooh. Also, I'm pretty sure the card that's in Yugi's hand is Karibo, which is like his... I guess you would call it his mascot in the show. Oh, this is going to be annoying. To the point where I'm actually going to Bell of Destruction this. So, the reason why I'm saying Mystic Lamp is annoying is because Mystic Lamp does not care about my defensive creatures. It can just attack me directly, regardless. Okay, I've got 2 parts of... I've got 2 parts. Might as well show this off. Boom. And we're gonna just end my turn. I know, thrilling gameplay. Okay, I actually have 1, 2, 3... Okay, alright. So we might actually have something nice happening here. No, okay. No, alright. Come on. Why is it... Oh, it has to be face up. You clever sausage. Okay, let's toss down a defensive monster just to bait you into flipping things up, face up. Okay, you play your Ancient Jar. How scary! Winged Dragon, Guardian of the Fortress. Okay, it wasn't the card I was hoping it was. Darn. Okay, yeah. So if Terror the Terrible was in attack position there and had an attack of 1300, they both would have destroyed each other. Come on, I was hoping that it was like one very specific thing. So I was hoping that Yugi had played a Sangan of his own. Because that would have let me, you know, just combo. But no, Yugi, you're being difficult. I hate you, Yugi. Just as I sit behind my wall. There we go. This is the card I want. Painful choice. Select 5 cards from your deck and show them to your opponent. Your opponent must select 1 card that will be added to your hand. Discard the remaining cards to the graveyard. We're going to activate this. No, I'm not going to chain this. Select 5 cards from my deck. Well, we're grabbing that. We're going to grab that. It doesn't really matter what we grab because we're going to win. So I'm mostly just grabbing whatever. I really don't have much in my deck anymore. Okay, so I grabbed Chain... You gave me Change of Heart. Change of Heart lets me steal something. You know what? I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna be a little snot. You can grab your Ancient Jar. Then I am going to just go through and blow up my entire board out of spite. This is the real advantage of not playing as another human being, is that I don't feel bad for just styling. And it's also less likely to punish me. Boom. Boom. And boom. Gotta make space for Exodia, after all. Exodia never goes in the field. I'm mostly doing that to be a little bit of a nerd. Anyway, my deck has 2 cards in it. And there's 30 cards in my graveyard. Which is fine. Hey, you know what's a good joke? This guy. You know what else is a good joke? Backup Soldier. Yes, I would in fact like to add a monster card from my graveyard to my hand. That one. No. Boom. Exodia. I've had this go off on like turn 3. That was glorious. I mean, I was in a position where I could have won anyway, but still. It's too bad, but I guess I just lost. I think I might change the number of cards in my deck so my cards will flow better. That should give me an edge in our next game, Yugi. Yugi. You just need to stop playing stuff like Mystic Jar. Mystic Jar is actual garbage. I don't think there's any situation with this pool of cards where Ancient Jar, which is a monster with no effect, with 400 attack and 200 defense, is playable. It's garbage, Yugi. Stop it. Stop it. Anyway, since we won, we get to pick a pack. I think this is the better ones. The packs mostly just have garbage in them. Yeah. Okay, so yellow cards like this are normal cards, and unless their stats are good, there's no point in playing them. Like Shadow Spectre, I don't think there's any point at all ever to play Shadow Spectre. Like I guess if you're doing like a dark focus deck. Okay, I'm just gonna point something out. So these little stars here is how difficult it is to play the card, right? Anything up to 4 you can play it without tributing anything. If it's 5, or I think it's 5, you can only have to tribute 1. If it's 6, you have to tribute 2. If it's 8, you have to tribute 3. I seem to remember that's the math. So Shadow Spectre and Man-Eating Treasure Chest are equally easy to play. You can just play either one. I don't see a situation where you would want to play Shadow Spectre over Man-Eating Treasure Chest. If Shadow Spectre had some effect to it, like how the Magician of Faith only has like a 300 attack and 400 defense, but it brings back my magic cards, yeah, that's fantastic. I would happily play more if I had more. But no, I'm not playing Shadow Spectre. Game. Anyway, that's pretty much everything you need to see from this game. There's like a little calendar thing. It says still. I guess this game came out in 2001 because it starts you off at 2001. On each Tuesday, you get like a pack with better cards. On the end of each month, which actually no, not on the end of the month, but like in the middle of the month, you get the YuGiOh magazine, which also gives you pretty good cards. I say good cards, just in comparison to the card pool. But yeah, no, every Tuesday you get slightly better cards. Once a month you get even better cards. And then, actually I think it might be twice a month, they just don't do it in the first month. Or like the first Saturday. Yeah, you get like 2 weekend duels, which are like best of 2 matches against one of the people you've unlocked. Which, let me tell you, from being a kid, since when you go into the duels, basically you're stuck with the cards you have. If you have a bad deck, that can just force you to go through that duel over and over and over again, where you have no choice of who you get to play, until you like luck out and have to face Yugi twice. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, this was YuGiOh Eternal Duelist Soul. It's fun. It's fun. If I wanted to show off a YuGiOh game, I'd probably have to grab one of the ones with an actual, like, plot, though. Because I can't imagine this was thrilling. I just really wanted to show off an Exodia win. Anyway, I'm Mappy. This has been YuGiOh, the Eternal Duelist Soul. because I swear these series of video games have names that give Kingdom Hearts a run on its money for just weirdness. Yeah, no. I hope you enjoyed watching this. Take care, and I will see you for whatever I do next. Later.